Hello wandering souls and welcome back to Nick's Planarine. Today we start a new series of video which is unboxing and reviewing Commander's Preconstructed decks. This one is unboxed already because I started doing the video and then some issues occurred, so I had to start all over, but the unboxing was already done. But for the next ones I want to also show all the unboxing in the video. So we start with this one, Legends Legacy of Dominaria United. The deck is red, white and black Marduk. So in every deck you get 10 new cards. We're gonna look at them first and then all the rest of the deck. You get the flimsy paper deck box. It's cute, but yeah, it's really gets damaged really easy. I don't even know if you can put all the sleeve deck inside. Maybe yes, maybe no, but anyway, they don't give you the sleeves. I wonder if they could make them maybe make these pre-constructed decks come also with sleeves and an actual deck box. Maybe making them a little bit more expensive, but you know, offering the full service, the perfect service. I don't know. They do that with Secret Layer Commander X, but those ones are super expensive, and I don't think that there are like more valuable cards. Yeah, there are some good reprints, but I don't know. I don't like those decks, to be honest. And they give you a life spin counter. One side 21 to 40, the other side 1 to 20. I mean, I don't think these are super useful in like in the era of apps, especially when there is also the companion, the official companion. So there are two commanders, but the featured, the main one is Dihada, Binder of Wheels. So you get both the actual card and the foil-etched, very thick version. See how thick it is? This isn't really playable in you know, inside the deck, but you know, if she's your commander, it's nice to put this foil-etched version in the command zone. The fun thing is that I remember a while ago they actually, it seems that they banned Dihada as a commander. I don't really... She's not banned as a card in Commander, but she's banned as a commander, which is a little bit weird. So I guess if it's an official event, you cannot play her as a commander, which is weird because she's part of the... She's the main commander of the deck. Anyway, is she strong? Let's see it immediately. So what she does is that she... let me zoom a little bit. She can... +2 to give legendary creatures vigilance, life, and indestructible. Just one creature, of course. But the big stuff is the -3. Reveal the top 4 cards of your library. Put any number of legendary cards from among them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. But you make a treasure token for each card you put into your graveyard. So however it goes, it's gonna be good. Like either she ramps a lot, or you draw a bunch of cards, or both. Like maybe 2/2, I guess it would be the best thing. So she's very strong, to be honest, and I guess if you have her as a commander, she only costs 4, you can play her maybe on 2 or 3, depending on how many accelerators you get in the first turns, and you can start doing this stuff. -3, +2, -3 again, so yeah. Also the -11, basically you win the game. You gain control of all non-land permanents until the end of turn, we untap them. And they gain haste, so you can make a big attack, you can sacrifice them, so you sacrifice all the stuff of your opponents. She's very good. And also -11 sounds a lot, but she starts with 5 and gets +2. So if you really want to aim for the ultimate, it takes only 4 turns to get there. So she's a very solid card. You can still play her in your 99s though. And Shady Sleeper Scourge. Shady reveals the sub-theme of the deck, which is Knights. The main theme is Legends, but I would say the sub-theme of the deck is also Knights. the tribe. They now you don't have to say tribes anymore. You cannot say tribal anymore. I always hated the word tribal in Magic, but I think typal sounds even more cringy and stupid, but whatever. So anyway, it's a little draw engine. When you play legendary lands or cast legendary spells, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. And in this deck, pretty much everything is legendary. There are also a couple of legendary lands, so you can draw a bunch of cards, and it gives some evasivity to your legendary creatures. So yeah, it's not that bad. I don't know if I would play this one as a commander, but certainly can be good. It's cheap and makes you draw cards, so it's good. Let's go to the other new cards. So these are 8 other cards, 10 in total, including the commanders. The River Cleaver, I guess, is one of the most sought after cards of this deck. It's an equipment that gives +1/+1 trample. It's legendary, by the way, of course. And but when you do damage to combat damage to a player or planeswalker, you create that many treasure tokens. It gives trample. I mean, this can get out of hand very quickly. It can snowball you the game. Like, a good attack with this one can give you 5-6 treasures, so that can be very good. This one, a little bit weird card, Verak, the Warp Sengir. First time I read it, I was like, what does this guy even do? I mean, what did this guy even do? Because, I mean, it says that whenever you activate an ability that isn't a mana ability, if life was paid to activate it, you may pay that much life again. If you do, you copy the ability. So you have to pay the life twice anyway to copy the ability. But so my question was, most of the activated abilities in Magic that have a life cost usually are repeatable by themselves without the needing of copying them. So I guess you need to copy an ability in which you have to tap, maybe. So that would then make it repeatable by itself. But then I realized that one of the best combo with this card is with fetch lands, because not only you have to tap fetch lands to activate their ability, but you also have to pay 1 life, but you also have to sacrifice them. So for 1 fetch land with this guy, you get 2 lands. I think it's pretty awesome, and it's very cheap, and it's basically Vampire Night Oak. So he has a very interesting little ability on the body of a Vampire Night Oak. Flying Death Touch Lifelink is a 2/2, but yeah, pretty much it's a Vampire Night Oak. So yeah, little interesting card. This one is another guy that copies abilities. I guess this one is a theme that we are really trying to exploit right now. In every standard set now, they make cards that copy activated or trigger abilities. This one specifically copies the activated or trigger abilities of legendary sources that are not commanders. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. It's a 1/5 with haste, so yeah, you can use it immediately. Moira, Urborg Hound, not exciting, but she's cute. Only 3 mana, 3/2 menace. You can reanimate something that died this turn when she deals combat damage to a player. She has menace, and in a multiplayer game, you can easily find 1 player to attack that hasn't like 2 untap blocker. So yeah, you can either sacrifice something in the main phase, then reanimate it with her, or maybe make a big attack, and if she's unblocked, you can reanimate something immediately. I don't know. I mean, it's a little card. The Gerard's Hourglass Pendant, legendary artifact with flash. This one is very interesting. I think it's the most interesting card of this deck. 1 mana flash. It has a very specific hate effect against multiple turns effects. So against those turbo decks that make Time War, Snapcaster, Arun's Epiphany, or maybe they make infinite turns with some sort of like Time Thief combo, something like that. But also has another effect that I think is the really interesting part. It's tap 4 tap, exile Gerard's Hourglass Pendant, return to the battlefield tapped all artifact, creature, enchantment, lands, cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battle this turn. So having it flash, it means that you can cast it by surprise every time a mass removal occurs to save your stuff. And in a commander multiplayer decks, there are a lot of mass removal and players try to reset the board all the time, and this one saves your stuff. But you can also combo it with your own mass removal to keep your stuff, especially. I know that many Commanders players ban Armageddon or land destruction strategies because they find it annoying, unfair, boring, whatever. But yeah, I think they are. I think you can make a big combo. Anyway, very little interesting card. Okay, Kadric the Soul Kindler. This one can also do some, not combo, but nice interaction. Basically, when legend rule doesn't apply, so you can copy your stuff, basically your legendary stuff. Doesn't apply to tokens, so you cannot copy legendary stuff with clones, but you can make right of replications, but this one create legendary tokens by itself, and it gives them haste. You then have to sacrifice them, but if you have something with good ETBs, triggers, death triggers, on damage triggers, you can do some interesting stuff. For example, you can copy Bladewing when it comes into the battlefield. It's a 6/6 flying haste that makes a bunch of Zombie Knight tokens with menace. And Zeriam Golden Wing, 3/4. It makes only one Griffin instead. Less exciting than Bladewing, but also cheaper and with decent stats. Oh, also, by the way, you get the tokens. Oh, you get the Green Elephant through 3. We're gonna see why you get this one. Ragavan, and a bunch of Zombie Knights. And I guess the Bladewing is not the only card that makes Zombie Knights with menace. But they are not all the same because the back is different. You get some that are warrior. You get 8 in total, and 2 of them are warrior, 2 of them are goblin, 2 of them knight, griffin. Yeah. So let's see the actual cards of the deck. So we are done with the new cards now. All the cards from now on are gonna be reprints of some sort. Okay. So I'm gonna divide them also by color and. So we have Garna the Blood Flame. She's also a card that is, aimed against mass removal effects, or because you return to your hand all the creatures that died this turn, and so actually no, she can also get to your hand things that you discarded or milled because she said from anywhere. Yeah, it's a very interesting card. A bit expensive, but nice, interesting. And also she has a fire effect. Haste to all your creatures. Arvad the Cursed is a champion of legendary creatures. +2/+2 to everyone. Not that exciting. Drana. She's interesting. She's cheap, flying for strike, and she pumps all your attacking creatures. And she does that by dealing damage, but before the other creatures of yours deal damage, because she has first strike. So you can attack with a bunch of creatures. She deals her 2 damage with flying first strike and put a counter on everyone else. So it's just very interesting. Generous Gift. Okay, this is why you get the elephant token. Very good all around removal. The drawback is minimal in a commander multiplayer game with 40 life and 4 players. Yeah, very good removal. The Circle of Loyalty is I like this artifact. It's part of the mythic artifact cycle of Throne of Eldraine. They can all get discounted somehow, and the Ember Cleaver and the Great Henge are of course played, constructed. Very strong. This one is very strong as well, especially in this deck where you have a lot of and this is why I tell you the sub-theme of the deck is knights. There are a bunch of knights, and yeah, you can put a bunch of tokens. Yeah. Jazal Godwayne also interacts with tokens, I guess, because you can tap 5 to give all your attacking creatures +X/+X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. So if you have a bunch of small tokens, you attack with all of them. You can make them super big with Jazal Goldman. But by the way, he's the brother of Johnny Goldman. Okay, I discovered this today. That's good to know. But Ajani got completed, but I guess it got saved also, so maybe we're gonna see him again, but I think I don't know if he's the Sparked or no, but nowadays, I guess they said that we're only getting one Planeswalker per set, so not many Planeswalker anymore. The monuments, they discount a certain color, and then they do stuff when you cast creature spells. Firewall Stone, nice little mana rock that can also fix your mana a little bit, depending on the colors of your opponent's deck, but pretty much you're gonna have all 5 colors among your opponents, so statistically. And so, yeah, I mean, Boros Garrison, I'm not a big fan of bounce lands, unless you have some good combo with them, not a big fan of them. Cave of Colors, Pain Land, oldie but goodie. I mean, they fix while your mana comes into play untapped. Not necessarily you have to take damage from them, but even if you do in Commander, it's not a big deal. And I think that I noticed is that this one is a reprint in Dominaria United, and being this a Commander deck of Dominaria United, you get this card with the Dominaria United symbol instead of the Commander symbol. So, yeah, I guess that this is something that I didn't know, that cards from the actual expansion of the Commander deck, you don't get them with the Commander symbol, but with their actual expansion symbol. Zetalpa, big dinosaur. I don't like it. It's too expensive for what it does, I think. Unbreakable Formation is a very cute card instead. Like I like the addendum cards. It's in Azorius keywords. And I especially like it in this card. This card can be used defensively or aggressively, and yeah. The Tyrite Sanctum, I guess they put this one in every Commander deck nowadays. Colorless mana, but then you can also tap 2 and tap to make a legendary creature a god. And then you can tap 4 and sacrifice it to make a god indestructible, to put an indestructible counter on a god. Traxos is, yeah, a big creature with small mana cost, and there's sort of a drawback. The drawback is that it doesn't untap, but you can untap it by casting an historic spell, like Artifacts, Legendaries, and Sagas. So in this deck, it's very easy to untap it, I guess. This one is another card that cares about historic spells, and basically you reanimate little creatures when you cast historic spells, 3 or less mana. Not exciting, not bad either. Then we get the temples. I mean, temples are fine. They're tap lands, but they scry, so I guess they're good in Commander. Get the 3 ones of the Shard. Malice, Silence, and Triumph. Okay. Tajik, the Blade of the Legion, is not really exciting. Just a big attacker. I think this one is more of a limited card than a Commander card. I don't know. But I mean, it's nice to have indestructible creatures sometimes. They don't die from mass removals. So, yeah, I mean, it's nice. The Sword of a Chosen. Yeah. I don't remember the expansion of this one, the original expansion. But anyway, yeah, +2/+2 to target legendary creature. It costs only 2. It's a little pump effect. I mean, and it's legendary artifact, so not a big fan of the Battle for Zendikar lands. I actually prefer the temples to these ones. These ones are fetchables, but in this kind of deck there are no fetch lands, of course. Otherwise, they would have to price them $200 each. I think, I don't know if there are Mirage fetch lands. Sometimes they used to put Mirage fetch lands in pre-constructed decks, but I don't think in this one. And it's basically a slow land. But actually it's worse than a slow land, because in order to come untapped you need to control 2 or more basic lands. So yeah, I think it's worse than a slow land, and worse. Yeah, it's a little bit better than common fetchable tap lands from Dominaria United, maybe a little worse of the fetchable tap lands of Kaldheim, because those are snow, so you may care about snow. It's just bad. Shizo Death Storehouse. The fact is that if you have money to buy the actual fetch lands, you're gonna have money to buy the Ravnica lands and the Triumphs, and so why should you play this one? Shizo Death Storehouse is a nice reprint, and it used to be kind of expensive before they reprinted it. It's a very nice land, because these kind of lands are amazing, like Caracas, like I don't know. They come to play untapped. They give the mana of their color, and then they have something more that you can use it or not. Maybe they are situational abilities, but they are there, and so they make them stronger version of a plane or a swamp or an island. And so Shizo is very good. Like, it can give basically unblockable to one of your creatures. Especially in a multiplayer games, there's gonna be a player without black or artifact creatures, and so you're gonna give unblockable. Basically, it gives fear. And so yeah, it's a nice little card. Shivan Gorge, legendary land as well. 1 damage to each opponent. I mean, whatever. Odric, the Lunar Marshal. There are not many red, not multicolor cards, right? I'm gonna count all the colors of the cards and the mana cost at the end. So Odric is, it shares the keywords in combat. Like, if you have one creature with first strike, use first strike with everyone, and so on and so forth, with flying, detachable, strike, haste, extrude, destructible, life, whatever. Decent, but not that special. Nihab, it's good. Trample, and then you can discard cards and buy more, draw more cards and add mana. It's a good card, yeah. Mobilize Discus is a land that can be animated to become a 3/3 citizen with vigilance. Okay. And it's discounted by the number of legends you control. Krenko is less strong than older Krenko, I would say. You have to attack with it in order to put some tokens, and the number of tokens is equal to the +1/+1 counter. Yeah, I don't think it doesn't even come close to the original Krenko. Kaya's Wrath is Wrath of God, very mana intensive, but you can gain a bunch of life in a commander game. Yeah, like, you can easily gain 20 life if someone has some token deck, a bunch of mana doors, a bunch of stuff. Like, you destroy everything, you gain a bunch of. Yeah, it's good to have Wrath effects anyway. Karizev is the reason why you get Ragavan, not the Modern Horizon 2 Ragavan, just a token. But it's a 2/1. Unfortunately, it doesn't steal cards or create treasures. She's a very cute aggro red cards. Basically, she costs 2 and she deals 3 damage, which is nice. Mikokoro, another legendary land that makes everyone drawing. It's basically a only mine that you have to pay if you want to use. Not that bad, not exciting. This one is the other card that makes a bunch of Zombie Knights. It costs a lot to make Zombie Knights with him, but he has a very nice body. This is the other card that makes me say that the sub-theme of the deck is Knights, especially Knights tokens. And if you pay 10, you make 8 to choose Black Zombie Knights. In late game, when you have a bunch of mana, and you can, maybe after a mass removal, a board reset, you can restart by making a lot of tokens. So not bad. Heroes Podium, it's basically, what's the name of it? Oh, I forgot. But yeah, +1/+1 to each legendary creature for each legendary creature you control. So, and then a little draw effect. You can reveal X. You look at X card and reveal a legendary creature, and not that bad. The Gaia Rich Sanitarium. Each player draw a card, then discards a card. Okay, this is similar to Mikokoro, but also makes this card. So Foreboding Ruins. Yeah, these are very bad lands. Oh wait, there is Dragon School Summit here, so let's compare it to Dragon School Summit. So Dragon School Summit, it checks. So I guess the only turn in which, you know, the Foreboding Ruins cycle of lands, the reveal lands may be better than the check lands. These ones are called check lands. Is on turn 1 maybe. But anyway, you need, you know, a land with a basic type on it, Swamp or Mountain. In your hand, this one cares about in play. The check lands, if you have a solid mana base with fetch lands, triumphs, and you know, Ravnica dual lands, are really amazing lands. This one, not really. I mean, it's too situational. You need them in hand. So yeah. So Dragon School Summit for me, amazing. Foreboding Ruins. I mean, I guess it's a dual land. It's a tap land or a situational untap land, but very situational. But also, I don't like the fact that you have to reveal a card in your hand because, yeah, so everybody knows that you have a land in your hand. So I don't know. Italy Praeron Storm. Okay. The new Italy is very similar and much stronger because it's an ETB. This one has to attack and doesn't have haste. So yeah, I think the new Italy is much stronger than the old one. Day of Destiny is another you know, anthem effect that cares about legendary creatures. So very similar to Arva the Curse, but this one is an enchantment. Corthoped. It's a demon. I guess it's like it was one of Liliana's demon, right? 6/6 that whenever permanent owned by another player is put into a grave from the battle, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. This one is not, you cannot even choose to do it or not, but it's gonna draw you a bunch of cards basically. Captain Landry Storm. Yeah, it's not that good, right? Like, especially, I mean, it's not bad, but 2/2 on a 3 mana body. It creates treasure when it attacks, but if you compare it to the Mirror Breaker saga, it's not that exciting, right? The Blackblade Reforged. Okay, this one, it gives +1/+1 for each land you control, like the original Blackblade from Legends. Dakon Blackblade, but also it has a keep legendary creature only 3 mana, while the regular keep on 7 mana, but pretty much all the creatures except the tokens are legendary in this deck, so yeah, that's a big equipment, but doesn't give anything else, doesn't give trample, flying, anything, just big body, so you have to put in on some creature some sort of evasion, I guess. The Belborka, this one I remember, it's like from Modern Horizon, I opened a bunch of them. Makes you draw 2 cards each turn, it's not that bad. For the colors, white and red, you know, pretty much drawing an extra card each turn is very valuable, because usually they're not colors that draw a bunch of cards, so especially white. And then, you know, yeah, the power is equal to the greatest mana value of your exile card. This is a bit weird. I guess the interesting part is that it allows you to draw 2 cards each turn. Bedevil is basically Dreadbore and Terminate and Smash combined. Destroy target artifact, creature, or planeswalker for 3 mana in instant. I like the fact that it's 2 black and 1 red, because, you know, destroying artifacts is a red thing, destroying creatures and planeswalker is a black thing, so it's a very balanced and, you know, color pie good card. Like, I like these kind of cards. Yeah, it's nice removal. Battlefield Forge, so another pain land, very good. Love pain lands. This one has the commander. I have to check. Like, the other one had the Dominaria United. This one, maybe because this one is in Brother Wars, I don't remember. But anyway, good thing that you get pain lands. Ashen and Pilgrim can be... she can do a little board wipe. You can pump it a bunch of times and then, you know, she deals X damage equal to the numbers of +1/+1 counters that she has on. I mean, she's from Lorwyn. Anafenza. Yeah. Little legend with little effect. That, you know, she gives some +1/+1 counters around. Alessia. She reanimates things tapped and attacking when she attacks. Also small legend with a nice effect. She also has 4 strike and 3 attack, not bad. Adriana. Okay, she has melee and she gives melee to everyone else. +1/+1 for each opponent you attack this combat. So up to +3/+3 to all your creatures, attacking creatures in a 4-player games, I guess. Not that bad. Urza's Rhythm Blast. I'm not a big fan of legendary sorcery or instants. I guess that in this kind of deck is very easy to play. Also, it's very strong in this deck because it says exile all non-land permanents that are legendary, and pretty much all your permanents are legendary. So in this deck is very good. In general, not a big fan of the legendary sorceries or instants, especially because, I mean, they are also not really... I don't like the flavor of them. Because they can work with any legend. So it's Urza's Rhythm Blast, but if you have a Mishra, a legendary Mishra, it works anyway. So yeah, I mean, I don't like this. I think I don't like the legendary instant or sorceries. The Primeval's Glorious Rebirth. Legendary sorcery again. Return all legendary permanents card from your grave to the... Okay, this one is super strong in this deck. But this one, I mean, in order to play it, you need the legendary creature or planeswalker. But maybe you have to play it after a board wipe, so you need something to stick on the board before... I don't know, this well is a bit clunky. I guess it's super powerful effect, but... Hidden Archive is a mana rock that also you can... Yeah, it's basically it's Mind Stone, it's 2 Mind Stone together. It costs 4, it gives 2 mana. You tap 2 and sacrifice, you draw 2 cards. Yeah, it's exactly like 2 Mind Stones in 1 card. So it's not fast, but a lot of value in it. Hero's Blade is another equipment that cares about legendary creatures. +3/+2, and yeah, you can attack it for free when a legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control. Hero's Downfall, very good all around removal, destroy target creature or planeswalker, nothing to say about it. The Honor War Shaku, I remember this one from... Was it for Kamigawa? Well, it's a mana rock that, you know, you can make a bunch of mana with this one. Tap and untap legendary permanent you control, untap. Okay, you can make a bunch of mana in this deck with the Honor War Shaku. Mortify, very good removal from original Ravnica, or actually original Guild Pact. It was the Orbs of Signature removal. Destroy target creature or enchantment. It's basically, you know, terror plus demystify, but being multicolor, you know, the removal part, the creature removal part has no drawback. So Mortify and Putrefy were so good. I guess Putrefy was a little bit better, but because artifacts usually are more common than enchantments, but 3 mana instant. This one was great when it came out. Like, it was such a solid removal. Love it. The Nomad Outpost. Okay, this is the Mardu land from Khans of Tarkir. I mean, this is how Triumph should be. Like, you know, these are the balanced Triumphs. The new ones are just so strong. They're so amazing. You can fetch them. You can have domains so easily. They even have... You can even cycle them later on. They are so good. This one has a little nice mana fix. This is the White Monument that discounts white cards and makes 1/1 warriors. Bounce Land, Hordes of Bounce Land. I mean, I love them. Especially, I think the Modern Horizon... No, Modern Horizon, the... What was the name? Oh, fuck. I forgot. Well, the Master... One of the last Master Edition that came out. These ones were amazing. the full art. Raktos Carnarium, okay, other bundle, Reliquary Tower. I don't think in this kind of deck you're ever going to have more than 7 cards. So this one is one of the auto-include cards, like Soul Ring, but Soul Ring is amazing. The Reliquary Tower, I don't think you have to put it in every deck, because it's really hard to draw so many cards and not being able to play them. I don't know, it's an auto-include, and I mean, I don't think I would use a colorless land slot for this one in this kind of deck, which is basically an aggro deck. So Sol Ring, amazing, and auto-include in every commander deck. I remember this one, also it's in Kamigawa old equipment. +1/+1 to the equipment trigger, but if it's legendary, it's a +2/+2. If it's red, it has trample. So if you equip a legendary red creature, it gives +2/+2 and trample for 4 mana. Not exciting, to be honest. Oh, Wear and Tear with Fuse. Okay, you can destroy target artifact or target enchantment, or both if you play 3. Yeah, is it multicolor? Is it? Yeah. Ambition's Cost. You draw 3 cards and you lose 3 life. Okay. Night Whisper effect plus 3 cards, 3 life, and 4 mana. Pojuka Bog, amazing card. These lands, they cost a lot actually. For being common lands, they cost a lot. Yeah, I mean, this one, I guess, in a black deck is an auto include, because it's always good to exile target player's graveyard. Command Tower, of course, auto include. Command Sphere, it's not bad. 1 mana of any color of your commander, but you can sacrifice it for a card. So it's basically a Mind Stone for 1 more mana, but mana fixing, and you don't even have to pay mana to sacrifice it. I would prefer the Mind Stone because it's faster. But there is Arcane Signet. Yeah, I mean, another auto-include in every commander deck. And then we get the Evolving Wilds, of course. Faithless Looting. Yeah, amazing card. Night's Whisper, okay, there's also Night's Whisper, not just Ambition Cost. Well, it's the original, I guess, draw 2, lose 2 card from Mirrodin. And yeah, it's very good. Thrill of Possibility. I mean, I would say that in general, like the new one, like Vrans Resolve, and they're a little bit better as card advantage card. This one, though, if you want something in your graveyard, can be better. Yeah, it's a good card. Read the Bones, okay, another draw 2, lose 2. This one, I guess it was from Theros, and you get to scry 2 before drawing, so it's not bad. Terramorphic Expanse, so you get 2 basic fetch lands. And then the lands. Okay, the lands are from Dominaria United, with the Dominaria United symbol. They all have the same drawing, and there are, I guess, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mountain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swamps. So, okay, let's recap a little bit. I guess the white is the most popular color of this deck, right? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 white cards, like without counting the multicolors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 black cards, without counting the multicolors, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red cards. Yeah, okay, so white is a little bit more popular. There are really a bunch of artifacts, though. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 artifacts. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana rocks. Then there are the monuments that yeah, kinda counts as mana rock as well, because they discount, but also have other effects. And then there are 1, 2, 3, 3 equipments. This one is sort of an equipment, and then 1 creature and 1 guess pumping effect with also drawing effect. This one is not bad. And the multicolors, let's see, what do we get? We get 1 split card. That is cute in Commander. We can destroy 1 artifact to 1 player, 1 enchantment to 1 player. And we get, in multicolor, we get 2 single target removal that are very good. There aren't that many artifact enchantments removal, actually. There's Mortify, there's... Okay, basically you get 2 and 2, right? Because Mortify can destroy enchantments, Beat Evil can destroy artifacts, Wear and Tear can destroy both. So not that many, but it's fine, I guess. 1 proper mass removal, and then 4 creature and 1 mass reanimator. And then a bunch of lands. Okay, so this one is... Oh, well, actually, I forgot about this one. So actually, there are more artifacts here. Yeah. 1 more equipment that is red. So I guess the red cards are actually 9. And also the... Yeah, 9. Okay, there are 9 and 9. And 3 more creatures. Okay, so this is the deck. I don't know if you like it or not. I think it's cute deck. The next one I'm going to review is the other one from Dominaria United, the multicolor one, the 5 color ones. And then once I'm gonna be done with the videos, I'm gonna test them one against each other. I don't know yet if I'm going to film the actual gameplay of them or not, but wait, let me zoom out. Okay, so this was the review and not unboxing, but sort of unboxing of the Legends Legacy Dominaria United deck. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'm gonna make more reviews and unboxing of Commander decks on top of the other stuff that I want to do, okay? So thanks for watching and stay refreshed.